So this is today's agenda. Governance, Labor Day, resident service, community meeting, office hours. Where's a
I'm gone.
public meeting? There's no public meeting today.
I won't be here tomorrow.
Where is it? Holiday closure, Labor Day. So what is the matter here? Toronto Housing, why is it closed today?
Right along there, but I don't know how far. Yeah, and it's, what's the next?
9:31.
It's like, I think it's before Davenport and Yukon or whatever, but it's on the south side.
So Bonnie, what do you have right now so far? Why is the meeting closed to the public today?
Because Lisa was just saying.
Yeah, the reason that it's closed
Yes.
is that the four,
You're going on camera right now, by the way.
In the four action, no, it's
Yeah.
okay. In the four action plans, a lot of the recommendations are to hire more frontline staff
Right?
all through the plan. So different CSU and different divisions all across the city, all across the company. And because we're discussing things like labor agreements and personnel matters and all that, we have to, according to the rules that are set out in how the corporation is, those have to be discussed in closed session. And so that's the reason why it's in closed session.
Don't you realize that the task force, mayor's task force, has recommended 60 days to come up with a report?
Yeah.
And why the public
60
cannot?
days.
Yeah.
The 60 days is up on September 15th.
Yeah,
And before
September 15th.
that,
September
that's the
15th.
60 days. So it's July 15th was the date. So 2
Right.
months after, so September 15th. And by that time, before that date, the task force is going to be getting its report very publicly. And it'll be on the website, it'll be on the city's website, it's going to be everywhere. There's going to be copies people can get. It's going to be totally out in the open.
Well,
This is a draft report, so what they're looking at is, should we do this, should we do that, is there a better way we can do this, whatever. It's only a draft report.
of course, it's a draft report, but don't you think that we tenants who live 24 hours in our buildings have an input to say?
And that's
We have an
why-
input.
Absolutely, and that's why a lot of the work that's being done is going through all the client care center calls
Yeah.
to see what people are complaining about, and all of the surveys, all of the resident consultations, all of the feedback we've ever had, plus feedback from LU managers, feedback from supers, feedbacks from everybody. And in terms of what have people been asking for, what can we do, what can we improve on, and those are the sorts of things that we're putting forward. And like I said, a big recommendation is we need to hire more frontline staff. We need to have more cleaners, we need to have more CSU people, we need to have more, all sorts of stuff. So that's all the stuff that's being discussed today. And like I said, because it's labor related and union related and personnel related, we're not allowed to discuss it in public. Because
So
it
at the end
falls
of-
under the
At the end of the meeting, would it be logical for us to have a say at the end of the day after today's meeting?
I don't know what's happening further on from that. I know that by the 15th,
Oh, by the 15th.
by the 15th, it's all going to be out in public. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of reaction from people. And the other thing is, this is not baked in stone. We had 60 days to say, this is what we want to do. And just because something
but
isn't
Greg
in the
has
report, but just because something's in the report doesn't mean it's not also happening. This report is not just 100% of only everything that's going to be done. This report is, they had specific recommendations, right? They said they had specific things. It wasn't like, how do we improve everything at TCHC across the board and blah, blah, blah. They made absolutely specific recommendations, like, should you increase the size of youth works? Should you have more CSU staff? Should so they made a list. So what we're doing is not everything around, they say you have a resident charter. That was actually our idea.
No, it was Catherine Wilkinson's idea.
No, but we brought it forward to the task force. The task force didn't say to us, you should have a resident charter.
No,
They said,
Catherine Wilkinson proposed that last December at the board meeting before you came.
No, but that's why I'm
Greg
saying
has
it came
had
from TCHC.
18 months and he's done bugger all.
Well, he's made 19,000 capital repairs,
Yeah,
major
right.
capital repairs.
Really?
Yeah, it's 19,000 as of August 31st.
And how?
19,000.
And are they like at our building where the panel went in that we didn't even ask for, and 4 hours later it was coming against from a
all. That got fixed, didn't it? I heard.
Yeah, after I tweeted it out, put it on Facebook and
But that's
embarrassed
what
me.
you should do. And the other thing,
Yeah, but I shouldn't have to do that.
one of the things that's good that's rolled out. You've heard of the Closing the Loop program?
Yes.
Okay, so that's one of the things that they're looking at rolling out across the portfolio. And that is so exactly what you're saying. Because if there's a contractor out there or someone who's doing work that's substandard, and we find out, they're off the list.
But
But we only know if people call in, and then it gets fixed.
when Gene Jones was here, there was a painter who worked for TCHC for 30 years, and he fired them. Because they came out, and even the manager said to me, oh, it's fine. I said, do you mean to tell me that if they did this kind of job in your backyard, yes, he said, I said, then your standards are very high. And then, you know what the painter said to me? Well, I don't have a small brush. It'll take me 3 weeks. I said, you're the painter, you wanted the contract, you do
You
the
should
job.
have a better brush.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I said, the store's down the way. So, you know what? We got rid of that, and then also the $80,000 makeup unit that Chuck Dowdle singly signed off on. No, but to the same company who had done it wrong previously, twice. You know, I mean, it's total, and Greg doesn't even have to have the courage to come out and visit the residents. He doesn't come out to our sites. Mr. Jones was all, unless there's a camera in tow, then Greg will come.
I have to tell you, Greg's been to over 300 buildings.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, list them.
So this is a closed door meeting,
I
again.
personally have been
Any opinion on that matter?
meeting
Not a comment? No?
that has been to the building.
Yes.
I don't know how you check it out.
Well, yeah, of course. If you say
No, because he just goes. He doesn't go with like people. He just goes himself. Either talk to residents, check.
So here we are investigating the reasons. We have been told that confidential labor-related issues are not being discussed out in the public. So therefore, we are here to investigate. Again, we're going to be asking questions to members of council because. Well, as the Ms. Murder says, you know, the corporation has 60 days, so it makes sense to me. But again, the voice of the people should not be silenced in these matters. This is our city. This is our building where we live. We don't live in this fancy building, 931 Young Street. There's no bed bugs here for sure. There's no rats. There's no roaches. But we had to live under this situation with rats. And anyhow, my thoughts are that, you know, they should have opportunity to the public to listen in and to have a discussion on these issues that are so important to us. Anyway, I came with my dog Fido. Hey Fido, there you are. Hey loco Fido, how you doing? All right, that's my dog Fido and my tricycle. Right on, Fido. Come back for you. Stay there. Stay put. Anyway, we're gonna go inside and find out more details live from Toronto Community Housing Corporation headquarters.